I'm Connor Washington, 5'11" point guard from Bedford, and I play for Loughborough Riders and Leicester Riders. What does basketball mean to me? Well, growing up, it was quite rough, like family and stuff. Wasn't financially stable, so I would say basketball was something that gave me a chance to channel any negative energy I was feeling towards something positive. I've described my game as explosive, energetic, up-tempo, quite doggish at times actually. Like I don't really worry about hurting myself. If the ball's on the floor, I'm going to dive on it. I try and be a bit flashy with the ball, you know, dribble through my legs. If someone's, you know, I try and evaluate players when I'm playing against them. If someone's as quick as me or quicker than me, then I start to go into my moves a lot more. If they're not as quick, then I just use my speed, you know, try and facilitate the floor. And every now and again, try and put people in a blender with the crossover. Originally, I started playing football. And then when I was 11 years old, I was at my cousin's house one day. He sat me down in front of the telly and he puts on this M1 mixtape. And I've never seen basketball before. So obviously I've seen it, but it's never been on TV for me to watch. I've never watched any NBA games, any college games, nothing like that. So he puts in this DVD and these guys are all doing tricks like fancy stuff, dancing with the ball. And I'm thinking, this looks fun, so let me try this. So I go outside, start playing with the ball, and all of a sudden, I'm doing the moves that they could do on the TV, and I'm thinking, how many more of these DVDs can I watch? So I start watching more. He plays basketball already, so he kind of took me under his wing, and I started picking it up from then. I first started playing when I was 11 years old, so the DVD started, so I was watching M1. So I started playing street ball, so I was doing all the tricks. I wasn't really focused on any of the rules, like I was carrying, traveling, you know, doing cartwheels, all that rubbish. The first team I played for was a team in Bedford, local league team, Bedford Bulls, under 16. And my coach there, Ben Roberts, he's the first coach I ever had. Grew up playing for him. First national side I ever got to go to was Milton Keynes Lions. I never heard of any national team before. I was from Bedford, so going to Milton Keynes every day was a bit of a struggle, but coaches were able to help me out, bring me on transport, and it was Milton Keynes under 16 national team I first played on. Coach Roger Malpass, he brought me in. Players who I'd never seen before, they'd never heard of me before. I'm from Bedford, they're from Milton Keynes. Everybody in Milton Keynes already had a strong basketball structure when they were growing up. So when I came in, it was like a bit of a shock to me, and I had to learn the rules quickly because going from street ball and regulation ball is quite a big jump. Well, the 16s, it's quite an easy transition from under 16 to under 18. Same coach at the time when I was under 16, same coach, Roger Malpass, under 16, under 18. Some games before I was able to go into under 18 team, I would go between and play on the bench, like play off the bench a little bit. But it was under 16, when that season finished, I was playing for under 18. So the men's BBL team, Milton Keynes Lions, they already had like a strong structure in there. So when I started on under 18s, I was training with the men too. So I'll be training under 18s national team and Milton Keynes Lions BBL team. And then after the under 18 season is finished, I was in like the transition of trying to go to America or staying over here. I was either going to play Milton Keynes Lions men's team or try and get a scholarship to America. And luckily, I was able to go to Southwest Baptist University, which is in Missouri, school in Bolivar, D2 school. I went there for one semester, September to around about Christmas time, and then I came back home, and then I was picked up by Leicester Riders. I would say the biggest thing is probably, well, for one, it's a massive culture change. Like everything is completely different. The way they speak, the way they dress, like the things around you, things you see, it's not familiar when you're in England to when you're in America. I'd say definitely the speed of the game, for me, was much faster when I was in America. Like, there's guards who, like they're playing my speed, and like guards who are quicker than me, they're stronger than me, they lift regularly. Before I went over there, I'd never been in the gym. And as soon as I go over there, I'm frozen in the gym, there's girls there who are lifting heavier than I lift. And I'm just like, wow, I've got to get into it. But I was thrown in at the deep end, training twice a day. The coach is not allowed to watch us at the beginning, but he stays away from us during pre-season. We have like discussions in the room with the team meetings, team bonding sessions. We go out on court, work on our stuff. It was quite a difficult period for me when I was over there. As soon as I got there, school started, and like it's so fast, like the transition, like class from class, going to training, literally having no time to socialise, just going to sleep, waking up, doing the same thing again. And that's literally for like 5 months straight. It was difficult for me to talk to my parents back home, like get in contact with friends. I know there's Facebook and everything, but Wi-Fi on campus is not very great. And like in my room, in my dorm, you either come home and do work or you come home, sleep and eat. So coming towards Christmas time, it was a bit of a difficult situation. The coach and I weren't getting on so well. There was a couple of hiccups during the season about me playing. Sometimes I played, sometimes I didn't play. I was speaking to the coach like, is there anything I'm doing wrong? Is there things I need to do better? And he was telling me what to do and I was trying to clean them up, but it just didn't work out and it was a difficult situation. So I think the best idea for me was to come home, and then I picked up by the Leicester Riders. As soon as I came home, like the BBL deadline for signing was like literally a week around the corner. I was getting calls from Russell Levingston, the Leicester Riders general manager. My manager when I went over there, Lance Haggiff. As soon as I came home, he wanted to know everything, like what happened in America, if I was okay, what did I want to do, what was the next step. And to be honest, I had no clue what I was going to do. I just knew that I needed to start playing. Like I needed to play, needed to be in school. And I got a call from Russell and he said, what am I doing? And I said, I have nowhere to play. Originally, I thought I was going to go and play for Milton Keynes Lions again, but they wanted me to like fund my own way getting there, and it was just a bit difficult. Like I came back, had no job, no money, so I wasn't really able to do that. But Russell was going to bring me over, accommodate me, and I'd been able to get to and from practice without paying. So as soon as I came back, they hit me up and they said, we need a point guard, backup point guard. Are you willing to play? And I said, of course I am. And then that's how I came here. I would describe Loughborough and Leicester basketball as a program that is looking to always get better each year. Actually, not even each year, just they're trying to get better every single day. Like coming in, I was a bit nervous. I'd never been to Leicester. I've always played against Leicester. Never been to Leicester before. I knew Rob Paternoster, the head coach, Leicester Riders, and playing against him is very different from playing for him. So I'm trying to think about all the reasons they need me for the team and try and bring all my attributes to the game and do what he wants me to do. The Loughborough program is full of players who want to develop. There's a clean pathway to play for Leicester Riders if you want to. So Loughborough University men's team, some of us go up and down between the BBL team, and some of us just stay in the Leicester Riders program. Representing your country in the sport that you love playing is one of the greatest honours you can possibly achieve. Like, I know that there's players in the UK who would love to represent their country. Like just having England across your chest is a massive achievement. And not only do you get to play against other people in the UK who can play with the same calibre as you, you're playing against other countries who possibly have been training for as long as you have. They get to represent their country and you're coming together to play against each other. So it's one of the greatest opportunities I've ever had in basketball. My first England cap, I'd say the most memorable one was under 18s. We went to Denmark to play. Played two games over a weekend, so Saturday and Sunday we played Denmark twice. And the thing that stood out to me most was the Denmark guards, like the Danish guards, they're just so much bigger than our team. Like they don't look under 18 at all. And you go in there thinking, we're playing against monsters out here. Like it's very appealing to see, but at the same time you got to think they're there for a reason and so are you. So you must be of a certain caliber to play national level, and so do they. So playing in Denmark was like a big eye opener to what else is out there. Like different guards, different abilities, different speeds, different heights, different playing styles. And you just got to roll with the punches. The main thing for me was fitness. Like international players, they just don't stop running. Like over here it's different. You can, tempo is somewhat fast, but international level it's just up and down, up and down. You don't get any stops and players just running down, full court pressing all game. It's much more intense. Difference in playing for England and GB, I'd say Great Britain basketball was, for me, much more enjoyable. And I think, looking back now, the way that the team played for GB was much more together. Like everybody was on the same page. It wasn't so much of people trying to get their own. Everybody came together as a team to try and, beat the other team. So The coaches were different. GB under 20s coach Dave Smart, he came in with the philosophy of, if you don't play hard 100% for 40 minutes, you won't play. And it's the teams that play hard that are going to win. Like, it's not just putting the ball in the basket. You got to dive on the floor. You got to get the rebound. You got to box out. You got to high five your teammates. You know, I think GB basketball made me realise what it is to be a full team player. Like scoring without the ball. I'd never even heard of that before. You know, I went to under 20s, and it just taught me that playing for my teammate is more important than playing for myself. So GB was a big eye opener for me. Looking at GB U20s as a whole, I think that we should have got promoted. We had 2 chances. We went in there 3-0. Who did we beat? We beat Croatia, Portugal. We lost to Belarus. Playing against Finland, we lost by 3. And we had another chance to go through. We had to play against Czech Republic, and we lost to Finland by 3. So the next game that was played was Portugal and Croatia, and Croatia had to lose by less than 18. The points difference was just 1 point off, and so that means we didn't get promoted. But Croatia ended up winning it, and we beat Croatia on the second day. So we knew that, like, the talent coming in, who was there? Joe Hart, there's Devon, who's already been there, Jesse, Chukwu, Grant. There's a lot of good players in there. I don't think we reached our potential, to be honest. I think we should have got promoted, and well done for them this year. They got promoted this summer to Division A. But there's a lot of tough teams in Division B, like when I played last summer. It was really tough competition going in, but I think we was able to get promoted. We just didn't work out the best for us. Dave Smart's coaching style was a bit extreme, but for me, I tried to play 100% all the time. And the way he would describe playing 100% was, if there's just one time where you don't sprint the floor, or there's one time where you don't box out, or there's one time where you don't communicate on a rotation, or you don't go for a defensive rebound or offensive rebound with every single fibre of your body, he would describe that as not caring for your teammates, or he would describe it as you're not giving your 100%. Like, even though, like, he doesn't take into account people getting tired. Like, if the ball's rolling past you and you feel like you physically can't get down there, if you don't dive down there, then you're not playing 100%. He'll bring you out the game, he'll explain to you, you didn't dive on that floor, so you're saying to your teammates, I'm not willing to play 100% for you. And for other guys on the team, I could see how that seems to be extreme when they would get down on themselves, or they wouldn't understand where the coach is coming from. But in my opinion, sometimes diving on the floor or playing 100% every possession like it's your last is the difference between winning and losing a basketball game. Toughest players I've gone up against, Khalil Irvin's one of them. Played for Worcester, played him last season, very energetic player. Quite a jumper as well, he can lead around the building actually. Who else is there? I've never got the chance to play against Devon, to be honest, but playing with him, I think if I got the chance to play against him, he would be one of the toughest guards I'd have to play against in the UK. Keith Page, pretty tough, from Durham, strong guard, quite a bit taller than me, quite savvy with the ball actually. So Ryan Martin, one of the toughest players I played against. When I used to play for Westminster, I played for Milton Keynes at the time. He just was physically bigger than everyone else. You know, he'd dominate the boards, be dunking on everybody, and he'd be playing like a guard, and he'd be like 6'5". Who else? Josh McGinn, pretty good player. I think he played for Mersey last season, BBL. Nick Lewis, played under 20s this year, quite a savvy guard. Played for Sheffield. Playing in the BBL, playing against guys who are older than me, taller than me, bigger than me. I think it's good for my development at the moment. Like, a lot of players, they think the game a lot more. Like BBL players, their mental side of the game is, you know, a lot better than other guards around the league at the moment. But playing for Leicester Riders, I think I'm developing a lot quicker than, I'm developing quickly, and Rob's pushing me, coaches are pushing me, playing against American guards every day. It's really making me step my game up. We got Jorge Calvo, Spanish guard, so he brings in a different side of the game. Different guards around the league, they come in all shapes and sizes. We go through scouting reports at the beginning of the game, so I'm just locked into, trying to do what coach wants us to do. If they're left-handed, you shade them right. Don't let them take open threes, rotate on defense. Being an undersized BBL guard, I would say that the most effective thing that I can do is try and bring energy. Like coming off the bench, be an energy giver, try and get my teammates involved, plug in holes where we're lacking, and the most important thing I think for me is to try and play defense and keep my man in front of me. Where do I see myself in the next 5 to 8 years? I've got 2 more years left here, Leicester contract. Hopefully I look to go and play over in Europe, try and develop as a player here, get as good as I can be, and then for future references, try and play at the best level possible that's suited to me. So whether that be Europe or say the BBL picks up some more, stay here, but eventually I'm looking to, be a starting guard somewhere, and somewhere of a high level or a level that is suited to me, like going to push me, and see where my career goes from there. The best piece of advice somebody's ever given me is probably my older brother, and he said to me, if you do whatever you're doing makes you happy, then keep doing it. Like, he understands, obviously, when you lose a game or when things aren't going your way, you're going to get down on yourself, because he used to play football, like he's a sports person himself, whatever. And he just said, like, once you've got to the point where you're no longer enjoying it, you need to move away from it. So he said to me, as long as you're happy doing what you're doing, then keep doing it. And if things like end up, tweaking off or going off track of it, you need to find out where that happiness is to get it back again so you can keep on going. So I think the key thing for me is just to enjoy what I'm doing and, make the best of my situation. I would never change playing basketball for anything else. And it's just kept me going now, and I'm going to keep on going until I can't play no more.